welcome. Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. Dayton, hey, you were first today. Thank you very much for coming. Yatashi Art, thank you very much for dropping in. I really appreciate it. How are you today? Lenny, hello. Diana, morning. Morning all around. Hey. We are live. This is the second day. Oh, I need to mute the microphone. Yeah. I've got the microphone. New arm means microphone far away if I forget the microphone. So, again, good morning. Now you should hear me. Okay. Lost the battery from my... I lost the battery from your remote. I'm very sorry for that. That is very possible. That probably was me. And music. You are hearing music. And I will be hearing music in a second. I'm very sorry for losing your battery. I will try better in the future. But I'm only human after all, you know. We're all only human. So, second stream, welcome. So, what we will be doing today is everything. So, it normally works like I start in the first stream and I finish in the second stream. This time we are drawing this guy. What's his name? Gustin? Flash? Exactly. I was gone for a second, I'm sorry. I am not allowed to drink coffee anymore, so I'm trying to overcompensate right now. Because coffee is life and I need my coffee. And I'm just so tired right now. But we will get through this. You are here with me and that is all I need. By the way, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Because I like thumbs up. Thumbs ups. And yeah, I'm drawing superheroes and other stuff, and this time I selected the Flash, because honestly Flash is one of my favorite characters overall. And so he deserves a portrait. Also, microphone. I think it does. You don't really hear that. So exactly. Where did we left off? We draw a lot of the face already. The shading is definitely not done. It is on a good way, I think. I have seen already a couple of stuff that I really do not like. I hope that I will be able to fix some of that. But we will probably continue a little bit on with finishing this part of the face. Perhaps go into the neck. I'm not sure if we will go directly into the neck or after the hair. Ear and hair will be more or less the next big things we will be doing. We will be finalizing a little bit around here, and then we'll do the ear, and then we'll do the hair. And then we hope we will be happy because it looks fantastic. We will see. A couple of things that I will probably address before. For example, there's some kind of strange dip I've made here, which is just very strange, and I have no idea why I did that, and I will just repair that really quick. Already better. It looked a little bit like, I don't know. Shark, welcome! Ooh, Clay brought you coffee. That's a good one to have at home, isn't it? So, family stream watch time. It is also quite early for you guys, so thank you very much for dropping in this early. Seven already, quite a good number. Last time we had most, YouTube told me the most we had in stream was 21 people. That is crazy. That is crazy. I do not delude myself. Is that not the right word? I don't dilute myself. I dilute myself a lot. I have to drink a lot of water at the moment. So I don't believe now that it will be in every stream popping like that, but I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys too. And I love how you are very welcome of new people dropping in. Thank you very much for that. You know, when you get into a stream and all the guys are already only using some kind of inside joke voice, we should be careful never to develop that. You guys are so welcoming of others. I love it. The little face cam window box is very small today. Yeah, because that's no. Okay, let me try to. I wanted to keep you a bit less. Does this make it bigger? I made kind of a, not really, does it? Oh wait, that's the, I'm looking at the delay window, and I have no idea what's, let me try to restart this component. Perhaps it will work again without, that would be totally fine for me, because I did not have coffee, and you see that in my eyes. Terrible of how many stuff we get addicted. Caffeine, sugar, I'm not allowed to eat that much sugar, it's terrible. Yeah, that looks better in size. I always have to correct the, although I'm looking pretty, I look like I could eat more sugar this way. I should leave it that way, but this is more appropriate. Although I'm looking pretty beat at the moment, in general, in the last couple of days, weeks, so. Snowing, and it looks really pretty. Snow looks very pretty as long as there's a thick pane of window between you and the snow. And you have heating. Do you have heating? Laney, how is the heating? That topic solved by now? So I'm just putting in a basic layer of shading in this area so we can then go darker, because this picture in general has not much light in it. So I'm not really putting any kind of pressure. It looks a bit strange when I draw like this, I think. I don't put any kind of pressure on my on this one, because if I put on this mechanical pencil a little bit of pressure already, it goes quite dark, even with the harder strength of lead in it. So really, I hold it like this. I hold it really strange. I don't know if that is the normal way to do it. It really is just wiggling around. But that's the way how I get the... That's what I mean when in my tutorial I tell you get acquainted with your materials and what the stuff you're working with. Because this is probably not a normal technique, and even if it is, you cannot use it with every pencil. Know your pencil and just use it like you need it. On a blurry phone screen the eyes look amazing, but the mouth is a little bit too pody. Thank you for the eyes. And thank you for giving me mouth information. We will go into the mouth a little bit later, I think. We will fix that after the hair. But I totally agree. Also, this whole shadow thingy, this is more or less one darkness. I have to draw up this shadow up into the mouth, and then we will get that all figured out, I hope. But yeah, there was this little dip in here that I just corrected in the very beginning, because that just looks strange. I don't know, it's much better without that strange dip. But I also get the feeling when we start with getting this really dark, this will probably grow from here up through the complete face as a new darker shadow of the face. So we'll probably not even pay too much attention on this area, which I am just introducing right now here. because we will be putting a complete new layer over there anyway, I guess. We love new people. Yes, we do. We love everyone, and that includes new people. And I love you guys that you are already here this early or late or whatever in your day. Love is all around. I have to install some, you know, this what's it called? Voice processing stuff. Where I can sing without letting your ear drums explode. I think we will really just jump at this point, jump into the ear stuff. Give this a little bit of diversity, that it's not just, you know, and then we will go into the ear. We have a new boiler, they finally fixed it. That is amazing to hear. So the snow really is nice. So I don't have to kick the boiler guys, but now, no, it took them forever though. Yes, it did. You could beat them up for taking so long. I think they will have forgotten that they even were at your place until Chuck manages to even arrive around your place. Don't forget that there's a bit of distance in between. He knows. So we'll just take the ear shape that I drew for granted because it somehow fits. I just correct a little bit of the lines here, the shape, and then we'll just go for it. Because as I always say, people will not tell you that those are amazing eyes and a great nose, but those ears, they don't look like his ears, they look like Elijah Wood's ears. If that ever happens, I know it's a troll. Probably one of you guys writing that down and then telling me in the future to troll me. Don't forget to hit that like button. Exactly. I think I've 1 like right now. You're more people than 1. I know, because I gave that like to myself. No, I think this is not updated. I think there are more likes. Yeah, 4 likes. Thank you very much. I like you too. I would give you a like button if there was one attached to you. Is he so blurry or because he's so fast? Tell me if the screen is blurry. It is a bit blurry, yeah. No, it's because this darn camera just decided on its own at some point to, yeah, you deactivated autofocus. So let me put the picture out of focus. Thanks for telling me. Although that way you ran the danger that I did not understand it. Because I don't have coffee. And without coffee, I'm definitely not the Flash. Should have put something about that in the title. Who does get my title? Pun joke, meme, reference, whatever. Someone disliked? No, I don't think someone disliked. And if they disliked, that's fine with me. Everybody has his own opinion. And I'm a bit strange today because I don't have coffee. People might not like that. That guy's weird. They wouldn't be wrong. Hey Ramley Arts, welcome to the stream. Sorry. Welcome to the stream and thank you very much for dropping by. I'm a bit something. I don't know what I am. What am I? Okay, we will lay now a base shadow light something there on here, because even the highlights on the ears, I think Google is talking to us. I hate it when Google does that. Even the highlights on the ears are darker than the lightest parts there, so sometimes especially in the past, I tend to somehow use that now. In the past I just define those light parts also as light, as white, do not shade them at all. College or collage work? You know, that's also a thing. Collage work would be more artistic. I guess you mean college work. So don't skip on that. School is important. We talked about that. And I am pretty. I think I'm that kind of person. You can run in addition to stuff like that. It's not like I will do boo or something. Yeah. And I don't do those things like, I don't know. You blinked, you missed it. I think that's pretty seldom in art streams. So you are welcome to make me your side stream. I don't know, side stream? Is that a thing? Let's make that a thing. I think I've never spent that much time in the beginning with an ear. But something inside me tells me, no, don't go too dark yet, just finish it like this first. Don't know why. Probably the lack of coffee. Multitasking works to a certain degree. Most of the time we are lying to ourselves, telling us that we can multitask. So even with not that exciting stuff to do, when I'm answering comments, for example, on videos, lately I'm doing that in front of the TV, and I'm telling myself, okay, I can watch some YouTube videos and answer comments, not that difficult. But I start noticing that I just watch at the TV and ask myself, did I really put that show on? I don't even remember that. So at least I'm not that good at multitasking, I think, at the moment. My doctor just today confirmed that the medication I'm doing is messing with my head anyway. So that could also be an excuse. funny. They could tell you stuff like that before, shouldn't they? Okay, this is not nearly dark enough, I think, but I think it goes into a good direction. We'll probably go a lot darker. I have a feeling that we either say, okay, this is good enough, or that we will go a lot darker in certain places if I get bored from not enough contrast. I might go nuts on this one. It also depends on the time that we have left. I don't want to make this... I don't want to add more or less an unofficial third stream without live streaming to you guys. And I'm doing most of it in there. Rude of me. Okay, but we will leave it at that and go to the hair. Our most favorite part. Remedy, don't worry. There are actually a couple of people in this chat who are not native English speaking, me included, so I'm good at inspirational, thank you very much. That is so nice of you to say. I'm inspirational, guys. I should have a wall where I put stuff like that. There are some people on Twitch. I was actually thinking about that, but it's, I don't know, it also feels a little bit like Rainbow and Unicorns, but it is cute. They have this book for streams where they put nice stuff that happened. Oh, you can't see that. I think it's okay. It was. That's the pad I'm using. Pretty old to watch the chat now, so I don't miss that much. They have this book, stream book, something like a book that they put all the good things that are happening in there, and then have some kind of end of the year stream where they together look at it. It is more of a Twitch thing because stuff also like when people, it's a little bit of a way to say thank you, but also to incentivize people to give you money, you know, because you just take it and put in if somebody subscribes, somebody gives you bits, that is a couple of cents, like they throw it into a hat or something. That's a Twitch mechanism if you don't know Twitch. Yeah, and then you come into that book, and then at the end of the year they look at it and celebrate the year. It's a nice thing. I actually was thinking about doing that. There's not that much reason here on YouTube though, because you do not have this following subscription thing, because YouTube doesn't tell you who subscribed. So if one of you is subscribing right now watching this, I would not get a message about that. At least I don't know how I could see perhaps somebody subscribed but not a person subscribed. So I did not really, I wouldn't know how to implement it for YouTube. Lenny, do what you have to do. We love you. Editing or not editing. So, the hair. Oh, let me see if the squeak that came out of you. Yes, that's my personal squeak. Good morning, Norbert. Welcome. Glad to have you here. How are you? Norbert is one of those fantastic Twitch streamers. She streams gaming on Twitch. And there you have much more live stream incentivification for people, for the viewers. That's something I miss on YouTube. I'm not sure if I can use stream elements to also do a little bit of that stuff on YouTube. I have to figure that out. I want to change things anyway. So we have, I will try and fiddle a little bit with the contrast of my, why can't I adjust? Why can't I adjust? Oh, I'm in a text layer. Why am I in a text layer? So I will just take a look at my template here, because the hair is really dark in the picture and I do not see any differences. No, but there are none in the picture, so that will be fun. We will either paint more or less all of this area completely black, or we will invent something. I'm not good in inventing hair. Definitely not good at inventing hair. Music very loud, okay. Yeah, I switched to the... I need loud music, but you don't need loud music. I switched to the more energetic music because I'm not allowed to drink coffee and I need a little bit more of a zing, you know. Hair. Don't procrastinate the hair. Yeah, I am anyway pretty difficult to understand. Is this better? Is it now too quiet? Let me know. That's why we're live. Give me a feedback. Are you still playing Dragon Age Inquisition from time to time, Novid? You will probably always play Dragon Age Inquisition in a couple of streams, right? That's just one of those games, right? Like Skyrim. Firstly, either you love it or you hate it, and if you love it, it just gives you so many hours. Can't get back into stream, but my back is killing me around. Still? Is that still going on? You need something like a lying streaming station. Does that even help? Is there any way you can lie that it does not hurt that much? So will you continue playing? That was the question of it. Will you start a new game? Novid is playing right now a dwarf. That must be the 20th time you play it, because who plays a dwarf? So I'm drawing hair a little bit different today than I normally do, because normally you see me just putting one layer on top of everything and then be done with it. No, then add the second layer, the third layer, and so on. My thoughts are too far forward right now, but I'm trying to take one area and just finalize that to a certain degree, which is probably a mistake, because when I do any mistakes or okay too dark or something, it will be hell to change it in the other areas. But we'll just go with that. Or did you fall in love with YouTube, and why? The thing is, I always preferred YouTube over Twitch because I honestly love making videos, and everything you put on Twitch is fleeting. You do not have the possibility to upload just videos and let people watch videos, and the editing process and working on that and stuff like that. For me, streaming, I love streaming. I wouldn't do it right now if I would not like it. I love being able to talk with you guys and getting directly feedback and discussing it and not having to be doing this all myself. But for me, it's a little bit about creating of those videos also. For example, the coaster one. I would not have been able to do a coaster stream because just simply the epoxy takes forever to dry, stuff like that. So I really like the idea of having something like a project, be it a picture, be it those coasters or something, and just put that into a video and then show that to you guys. You can't do that on Twitch. And I want this to be really a little bit bigger at some point in the future. I am very happy with you guys. I am very happy with how it goes right now. And we had 21 people in the chat last time. That is crazy. But I want to grow my YouTube channel. I want to grow this platform, and I cannot grow this platform by streaming on Twitch. Doesn't mean that I don't miss Twitch, especially the possibilities that you get there that you just simply do not have here. Technical possibilities. YouTube is very far behind in that regard. Like alerts, people subscribe, stuff like that. It's just completely different feeling also, because a subscription on Twitch is always something, I don't know, it is more personal, because you see a subscription. If somebody subscribes, you are told that person is subscribing. That person is even giving you money, so it really commits to you. So there is something different about that I miss, but in general, I just love this channel idea. This is you can come here, watch content of mine, which is not a VOD, but something especially prepared for video consumption. I don't know, does that make sense? I think I'm already rambling, and I will probably ramble more if I continue trying to explain it. The dwarf is so fun, I love it, because it's so strange. I don't like dwarves. Remedy arts learned by appreciating other people drawing and trying to do their style. If I could turn back time, I would take fine arts, financial issues. Yeah, I get that. I had to decide between IT and art, and I went with IT. And I don't regret that. I had a pretty nice run there also, but I'm learning so much right now, so it's really, should I have learned that earlier? I'm learning it right now. Why stressing myself? about thinking where I could be at this point, perhaps. And truth be told, artists before they had possibilities like YouTube and stuff, not that rich. And also only a handful of artists on the streaming platforms really. Get what you need to make it a full-time job. A regular full-time job that you can actually live from. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, some other people have also told me that they get the feeling that the YouTube notification system does not work that reliably. That they don't get information when I go online. You're not the first person to say that. That is very much of a pity, because that is YouTube's job in this regard. If you tell YouTube, please tell me when that guy comes online. They should. But it's a regular stream, so you could also put in your calendar Tuesday, half an hour ago, and Thursday, half an hour ago. In which time zone are you there? Is it 9 for you also, like in the UK? 9 a.m. You can set both of those up on YouTube. I don't know how, but I know you can do it. What do you mean? What I have talked about so much stuff. The dwarf is hilarious on the mount because of his little legs. So thing with hair is always, I could draw much better hair than I do, because I just would have to be more patient. You know, I'm not a very patient person when it comes to drawing. And here, for example, the hair, this is already more slower than I normally are. The hair in this part should be quite straight, so it should be good orderly lines, although of course not always the same parallel lines, but they need to be quite orderly, so it doesn't look like snakes on his head. But I get so you know, I get so, you know, and then I get faster and faster, and then they don't look as good as I could make them. So here I'm actually pretty slow right now for my for me, for what I do normally. To make it easier for me, I will turn this mane around. Because it's easier for me to draw this kind of line than this kind of line, and keep it a bit more orderly. Because may I ask how the treatment is going, or is that too personal? No, I'm actually talking quite openly about that. I don't know why, if you people get sick of me talking about the sickness. I try to not bring it up by myself, but if you're asking, I will definitely tell you how it goes. Not too much. I already mentioned the sickness right now, but... So I had a talk with the doctor today because I feel like I'm not making that much progress. But he told me that is normal and I still have to just be patient. Which is a difficult thing to do if you have been sick for so long and they give you stuff that they say that should fix you all up and you should become normal again. And it is pretty heavy stuff, and he confirmed, and that would be nice to know before, honestly, that the stuff I'm taking can and is making my mental issues that I sometimes have worse. So nothing terrible, like I don't have hallucinations or something, but I'm just getting extremely confused, you know, like really old person style. And that's not just my actual age, but that is also the sickness and he even had a name for that. He said the blah 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 effect. And I said, thanks for telling me. So as long as I know where it's coming from and that it is supposed to go away also, I'm completely fine with that. It is sometimes frustrating when you feel like that, but I live through it. But I have to live through it now still for 4 months, and hopefully at some point it starts to just get suddenly better. Probably only really when I stop taking the medicine though, because that is quite the strong stuff in those dosages. Been taken for other stuff. I already talked about that, I think, for other symptoms, but not nearly in those dosages. After all, it is supposed to kill bacteria, and it's not an antibiotics, and it's supposed to work more definite against those than the antibiotics even do. So it has to be strong. It's 10 and me and Ollie the dog are fighting to get out of bed. It is approaching 10 or it is already 10? That is the question here. There's a way to set a notification stream so you can know when someone subs, and you can set up a donation thing too. Yeah, I think that's actually Streamlabs that they just then use for... I have it tied to Twitch right now, as I'm probably not going back to Twitch. I can probably untie it there and get it into the YouTube stream. We can think about doing stuff like that. Probably should. But it's still something, it's something different. And if it's just in feeling. But yeah, I can look into if we can use Streamlabs also for YouTube to a certain extent. I will not go with the darkest, because that is my last. We will put it in here somewhere, but I want to know what we do with all of this before I mess with Mr. Squeaky. What paper do you use now? Is that the Bristol board? It is from a German company, so I'm not sure. It's called Hahnenmühle. It is not really. I can show it to you. It's not that cheap actually. I got it as a birthday present, and I liked it. And when I ran out of it, I thought, okay, let me buy that quickly. And then I saw, oh, it's not that cheap. But I liked it, so I went with it. The one I am taking right now looks like this. Doesn't look like much. I'm not sure if you can get that anywhere else in the world though. It is 190 milligram. Not special. paper, but it has a little bit of coarseness, you know. It has a little bit of structure. It's not completely smooth, and it's not too much. I already introduce always a lot of structure into my pictures anyway, with how I draw. So I tend to choose a paper that does not bring too much on its own in addition. Does he just remember that tricky? No, it's really, it's so, I have no, the thing that really annoys me sometimes is when I feel really bad, especially in the evenings. That's one of the reasons why I am doing those morning streams and not evening streams. I can feel really bad in the evenings, like somebody's just squishing on my head and stuff like that, and just takes away a lot of your cognitive abilities. That I really hate, but it's also fine. It's all fine. It's all temporary. Just don't mess with me while I feel that way. It's totally fine. You don't have to be sorry for anything. I'm getting a cure. This is a cure, I hope. I'm just going through some stuff to feel better in the end. So everything that's happening and that is supposed to be happening, be glad for me. Because I know there's not that much that you can take for 6 months and then be completely fine. So Mr. Squeaky needs his own merch. How about I make my own merch first before we get Mr. Squeaky his own merch, okay? Clayton is back. Welcome back, Clayton. Yeah, we are talking about stuff. Shakira is far, far away from me. No, Shakira is my... Can I call you my first fan? I don't know. Kinda. Shakira is from Australia. She is a very good friend. Only online friend though, because Australia is a bit far away. And she is helping me very much by keeping this unruly chat bunch under control. And also on the Discord. So if you want to, Remley, if you want to join the Discord, sometimes it's easier to speak. Well, you are writing anyway, and with the others you're writing, but on the Discord everyone is writing. So if you want to join that one, feel free to do so. All of the guys here in the chat are also running wild on that Discord, and it's getting more lively by the day. The hat also needs its own merchandise. Exactly, Norbert, it is. I'm just glad that I found something, and that this odyssey with the doctors not believing me and stuff, which is over. For now, you never know. Could be that stuff stays back and then they say, no, you were treated, you have to be okay now. I don't know, I don't think about it too much. But I'm in a good place. Better place than a lot of people, so it's just something that happens. Nobody has to feel sorry for me. In the other way around, I would say. Not that I feel sorry for you guys, but be glad for me that I have this chance. And I'm glad that you joined me today again to draw a fast person. Last time we did not have anybody in the chat that had actually watched the series. How about today? Anybody in here? Oh no, I think Bob did see it. Thank you very much, Lainey. Well, I don't know who would, if you are not the first. My favorite, exactly. If you're not my first one, I'm actually not sure. Then it's a silent fan that I don't know by name. You were hurt and they are now forced to help you. That must be a really good feeling that doctors don't second guess everything you tell them. Well, some of them do, you know, but I know exactly what you're talking about. That is so terrible. That is the most terrible thing. Well, you have a sickness. You can't change that. You have to deal with that. But somehow that's logical. But then you're sitting in front of those people who are supposed to help you, and they just make you feel worse, and like in my case want to put you into a mental hospital because they say it's all in your head. That was really the worst part, and I hope I will never be there again. I don't know if Neon is watching my videos. He's not commenting on them for a long time, and at this time he probably is not really awake, so he cannot join here. But I don't know if he is very active in the streams of the guys. He's not streaming himself at the moment, is he? I have barely talked with him over Discord. I think you are the first known fan. It's so strange calling people fan. I think we are far away from having a Greyhound fandom, though. We're working on it. I think the day we have a Greyhound fandom, I will design merchandise. Well, they almost did, and I only got the letter in December, directly before Christmas, that they gave that one up, that they now finally believe, after I have a letter from a Belgian expert since July about what I have, and that I do not have a mental issue per se, just as follow-up of the bacterial infection. Well, it's crazy. I should get. I'm a bit very slow here. I should be more courageous in darkening this stuff down. Or we will never get to Mr. Squeaky. I really like this Flash. I wish they had better writers for the show. Sometimes I would like just to sit in such a writer's room, and when they come up with ideas, sit there and say, no, you can do better. I know you can do better. Do a better story. Not just always perfect. Yeah, right, we do that. Because I do believe those writers are not bad. I don't know if they don't have enough money, or if they just really just try to be different, or especially trying not to be different, listening too much to fan theories. I don't know. The writers of Sabrina season 3, they are bad. No excuses for them. Stop streaming and think of handing off the Discord since he's just not into it anymore. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on with him, but he seemed okay when I wrote with him. I think you have a pretty good little group growing here. I am very happy with them, especially with all these amazing people. Yes, I am very glad and I'm very happy to have all of you guys. Thank you very much for dropping by. I know it, though. See you. I will try to stay patient. It's not easy. All the best to you, and keep warm. And scratch. Give Ollie some scratchies for me. Okay. So this takes a long time. Normally I'm faster. Should make for a better result though. We will see. Thing is, we now come into the area where I'm not yet sure how to do it. Where we get really dark. We'll probably just go all in. What can go wrong? Famous last words. Yeah, it is. Technology is one of the most frustrating things you can try to talk somebody through that doesn't have any idea what you're talking about. To go so completely back to square one can be quite annoying. So I think we can't jump directly in. I think we have to give this a little bit of an context here with this. Not that dark. Give it some kind of frame in which we then can move. There are, after all, a couple of not completely dark areas in here, which we should probably mark so we do not just run them over. It is good to have somebody there who does it. So the people from the store, I hope, or other people? Because they should not just say, I don't know. Especially when it now gets really bad. I think you can live with looking for a solution for a couple of days when that thing just happens once or twice a day. If it, as it now started, is happening every 5 minutes, I don't think you would want to go the slow road anymore. I wouldn't. Yeah, so hair. I love hair. Positive affirmation. I will go back to the more quiet music though. This does just not fit my vibe, I think. Although chat has started to be a little quiet also, so perhaps I should not switch to the quieter music. This is too quiet though, I think. You should still be able to understand me. If not, let me know. Okay, so. The steel drums. I think steel drums are one of the most funny instruments out there. I don't know why I find them so funny. I'm good with technology, but you can't add up for toffee? Coffee? You mean coffee? You mean coffee to be good with? Don't forget I'm not native. The manufacturers, I lose my computer for 4 to 5 business. But if it then comes all fixed, it's probably the better deal. And they're pretty quick, so they come take it tomorrow. Then you get it next week, so you do not have to wait for months. It's also a good thing. Let's hope that they are quick, and perhaps quicker. Do they drive to you, or do you have to send it to them? So strange of a concept that a country that is so big does always drive stuff around themselves and not using delivery people. I don't. Strange. We're using delivery people for everything, and we're not that big of a country. Better music, yes, I agree. Much more fitting. And I just took the other one because of my caffeine deficit I am on right now. Let's just, I have no idea how the hair really is going over here. Let's just make it as dark as possible so we don't have to know how it is, in which direction the hair goes there. I try to lighten it up with contrast brightness actually to solve the secret of the hair direction. I did not find it out, so now this is not really perfect, but what is? Try to get this a little bit more in line. And Mr. Squeaky is squeaking. Not as loud as he can. But I did give him coffee also. So I don't exactly like the look yet of it overall, but still with having the hair in place and getting also some darkness in there, it gives us a bit more of a complete look. if you can even. Yeah, okay. Kind of lost attention for how you see it, so I hope you saw it all the whole time. So this in general should also be brought down in brightness a bit. This too. So, okay. Bob, welcome! The Bob has arrived. I just talked about you, so I thought you said last time that you have actually seen the series as the only person in chat. I'm not even sure if that is true. Welcome! Yeah, Squeaky was all active for a second. But he will come back. Right now he's on a bit of a break again. So, what to fix next? I think we will leave the area of hair for a second. I think we will actually go now all in for the ear, because that ear just looks like some crumpled paper there. We need to get it darker. Personally, I like using fork. In Germany, just far away enough from the internet that almost nobody catches on. I'm missing something. Ooh, I've missed a lot of stuff. It fits the artist vibe, yeah. Toffee replacement swear word. Ah, okay. That's far away though, isn't it? That's what I missed. So I did not understand, Liana. We need a collection of chat appropriate swear words, don't we? So we understand all of us. I'm not sort of prepared for ear death. Yeah, I will give a warning for Mr. Squeaky. Yeah, fork is pretty. It's what a frack, you know. I love making up words that people know that what I was trying to say, but make them laugh at the same time. Yeah, I like doing that too, but nobody laughs normally. I'm constantly using new words, sometimes because my head does not give me the right words. But that's funny, actually, for me, as I said. Other people don't have humor. So this might actually have been too dark. Oh, we will see. by the way. I'll be back with you in a second. That's wrong. So okay. I just spelled wrong. Don't you worry. We are all so weird. And that's actually also, I think, when Novid would still be here, she could confirm something I noticed when I started all this content creation stuff over also on Twitch. All of us are weird. All of us have something kind of broken people. Most of us do have some kind of sickness, or I don't know. I guess content creation is just really, I personally perceive it as a very healthy way of letting stuff out and working through stuff and finding people, like-minded people. I think it just somehow is like a beacon getting all of us broken people together. Fudge nuggets, I love that. Shabba. Shabba is cool too. Yeah, Frag from Battlestar is also still often used by me, at least. Okay, so we are now in the stage where we need to finalize the darkness of the darkest areas and find out how dark exactly we want to make all the rest. And we will start not from down there. I was actually thinking about doing that in the beginning of the stream. If you were here, I was talking about that, letting that just grow up. I think I want to darken a little bit of the stuff over here first. It also ties the hair better to the head, so it does not just look like a wig anymore. What's your favorite kind of eraser? Difficult to say. I would say two different types of eraser. The nettable one, this one that you often see me using, because I can just say, okay, I need a small area, and I can just use it as this to get everything a little bit lighter if I went too dark or something. But for the more heavy duty, I prefer this pen kind of eraser. That is pretty amazing. But I don't need actually any other erasers than those two. Those are the two I depend on and can do everything with, and I seldomly think I would like to have another shape or something. Those are my favorite ones. If I had to choose one of those, it would be really difficult actually, because with this one you cannot really go all white again with the darker stuff, and this one is very good for that corrective work. Also, if I say, okay, this needs a bit different, I would always do it with this one instead of this one. But not having this one would also be very difficult. So I would say go with those two. Sugar and fudge nuggets, exactly. I have other colors of this now, not just blue. Okay, I thought for a second camera was frozen. But it was just not moving in that at that point in time. Delay, you know. Yeah. I'm very sorry to say we are all weird. Most people are weird. And those people who are not weird are weird for not being weird. If you ask me. You see, I can use this pretty good just to get this a little bit lighter again, so we have still more lightness up there. I would not be able to do that as easily and as purposefully with this one. I don't tend to use fudge nuggets. One of my daughter uses it on a daily basis along with some other sort of weird made up Italian language. She's not Italian. I use real words when standing on Lego. Yeah, I can get that. I don't hold that against you. Hey, Lee, how are you today? Thanks very much for joining. You guys are all done with editing today, or is there some work to do? I told Lainey yesterday already, I'm never a fan of coloring, but you need to use that anyway. And I like the logo. I think for the type of content you make, the font might be a little bit too playful actually, but you just see the logo. The logo has really, it's noticeable. It works very well in that size that everything at YouTube and so on is. You should just also use that on other stuff, not just in this. You know, I'm a very big fan of having things consistent. And I have not yet watched if you have changed something on your banner, but you should also, for example, use that then now on your banner and everything. And in your videos. But that's just me and my constant desire to get everything uniform, perfectly working with each other. I'm doing very dangerous stuff right now with just using Mr. Squeaky for these areas. Because I normally only use him on the very dark ones. We need to go darker here. And it just feels right now. And this darkness I brought to that nose actually brought quite a 3D effect on there. I feel like it. I did a lot of good, I think. So I should not overdo it, because if I now go too dark, or bring down in darkness too many areas here. That takes away again from that effect on the nose. We don't want that. Thank you, iCruddy. Thank you for dropping by. Went to sleep last night at 1:30. That's what I was doing here. I'm still figuring out my logo. Hopefully I will settle on one thing in the next few weeks. Someone told me my original koala was too cute for my type of drawings. I tend to agree, so need new one. Well, koalas are nice, but koalas are also a little bit overused. You know what I mean? There are a lot of... I saw one channel was called Dabbing Koala. That was pretty cute because that was a koala that dabbed. That's somehow fun. You remember the name? Works well. But I would be careful with using a koala because it's really... You see them a lot. But in the end, if that's what your heart tells you to do, do it. It's your brand. Can also make a zombie koala if a regular koala is too cute. Might want a little less play from this one. Lainey wanted this logo, so I was happy. Yeah, I tell you, it is a good logo. It works really well. And you guys are bringing fun into the whole thing, so you don't need to have a dark, perhaps even cliche dark logo. So it works. I think it works very well. You make light-hearted content after all. I like where this is going, but we have to switch pens when we go into the mouth area. Not about my lack of skill in drawing and design. Looks good from what I can see. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. Well, it also has this quality, you know, it's not overdone, it's not overworked. You have sometimes those crazy logos with a lot of stuff going on, and you just can't. The fifth time you see it, you will just, oh, is that supposed to be a hand? I did not recognize that. Stuff like that. So I think it's very good to have a little bit of a less overcrowded logo. This is too much space, and it's not really. I'm faking here with the hair. We somehow have to get it a bit less big. Can't give him too much more hair. This is where I would like to have digital painting capabilities. Okay. We are actually already closing in on on something that we can leave. And where I have to take a step back anyway. So let's bring in a little bit of neck. So, this is the last Flash stream. Any ideas what you would like to see in one of the upcoming streams? Any superhero you thought, why doesn't he have that one already drawn? Any inspirations? Drawing looks great. It's fascinating to watch you use different values in the way you do and your process. I'm glad if it helps you, if you enjoy it. If you have any questions, I'm here. Digital art definitely helps in refining it. I have in the past drawing traditionally and then scanned it to digital work to fix and color. Yeah, I thought about doing that with my Tom Holland Spider-Man, because the face is just a little off in a very funny way. Funny meaning sad. Probably not long enough, the neck. Thought it was too long, but I think it's not long enough. Let me measure. I'm very close to the mic. Sorry for that. So about this length. Yeah, it's not nearly long enough. Looks okay, I think. Stroh Design Studios, welcome! Hello! Welcome to the stream. I'm very sorry that I did not notice. I am a little bit concentrated right now, because I do not fully know what to do. Well, the social media platform is one of my downfalls in terms of promoting drawings and stuff. Yeah, I'm so behind on my Facebook stuff and Twitter stuff. It's terrible. Would anyone be interested in joining a Facebook group where we could share our videos? It very much depends, but please no advertisement anyway in my comments. We're not looking for it, so thank you very much. Yeah, I actually have one of those accounts, business account, non-personal accounts for my site. I hate it on Facebook because I cannot really befriend people there with that account, stuff like that. That's really bad. But I was thinking about it. You cannot do a personal account with not a real name. So it's really, Facebook is not my favorite. And there are all those groups that say you can be a member as long as you subscribe to my channel. And no, that's not what I'm looking for. Sorry. Yeah, Lainey is weird too. Yeah, the like button is very lonely. It needs a little cuddles. And the subscribe button, of course, too. Okay, so we have to see. This is a little bit like playing or doing a puzzle, where in the end all those light and dark values that you're using have to somehow fit together. There shouldn't be one part that is much too dark in comparison to the others, or darker than in other areas of the picture. Another area is that should be of the same darkness, so it's a little bit like a puzzle game. Does it all add up, or do you have to search for additional tiles? Not a perfect metaphor, but I know you understand what I mean by that. This area, for example, is darker than this area. It should be. We have this small one, this around here, and that is a bit darker, so that fits. This area needs to have more or less the same feeling in darkness. Stuff like that, you need to try and bring all of that together, so you do not have kind of a different contrast over here than you have over here in comparison to your original. I think we need to bring this a tad down. The areas like this that I have to bring down, I cannot make this any darker if this stays of the same color. And we can bring this a bit down, because all the other stuff is already darker, so it's a bit of a puzzle. That might just be rambling. So we still have to go correct a little bit of the mouth itself. Okay, remember to and typing and mouth breaking. I forgot. My fingers are broken today. Fingers are broken today. You mean typing wise? Yeah. I know those days. Don't write anything important though. Okay. Okay, let's go for some contrast lines, limiting the face. Mr. Squeaky is in the house. I did not warn you. I'm sorry, Bob. It was just a short squeak. Yeah, chin and jaw area can be quite tricky, that is true. Here we will lie and make this just dark black to give a little bit more contrast down here. So, and then we need a little bit more of a shadow here to show that there's a little bit of distance between the uniform and the skin. Get this a bit more three-dimensional. Here we have to put this more here, a little bit of a contrast line, because it just looks so boring and light. Just have to be careful, because this is pretty final what we're doing here. This is not very clean. This is okay. The jaw still needs a bit more definition in terms of this area. Mouth needs a bit more work. It looks pouty. Liana said that in the beginning, and she's completely right. The lips need a little bit more relaxation in them. Hey Sylviards, welcome to the stream. It is pretty much the end of the stream, but great that you could make it. Thank you very much for dropping by. We are in the finishing touches of our boy Flesh. So we're not happy with everything, but he has received a lot of three-dimensionality, so there's that. That is a big plus. Okay, Attitude, welcome. Now you're coming. Now when I'm about to close the stream. Thank you very much for dropping by. We are pretty far. So, suggestion for next stream, I would like to see Aquaman. Aquaman, really? Because I'm in love with Jason Momoa. No, I'm not in love with Jason Momoa. Haven't been on either. My computer has been playing. Hello. Yeah, I'm finishing now anyway. Anyway, so I think we are done with the picture. As always, I will do some finishing touches probably later. You will see the completed product then in the complete time-lapse video that will be released on Monday. We will see all this in about 7-minute video or something like that. I'm always on. Thank you, Bob. I think it actually got a lot. It gained a lot in the last few touches. I'm always on Thursdays and Tuesdays, 10 o'clock European, Central European time, I think. Eastern European, whatever. You are more than welcome to join one of those live streams. I release one video normally on Friday, and the time lapse of the live streams on Monday. You can find me in one of my social media everything's links in regular videos, not this one. I have to change that. Yeah, and this is it. This is our Grant Gustin Flash in the TV series. Thank you very much for stopping by, for joining me today, for helping me finishing this, keeping my mind on topic, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much, and goodbye.